It's time for our first week update. I told you we would get these seeds started, we would get the different tests set up, and we set up a couple tests here just to see what was gonna happen. We've got our burpee seed starting mix closest to you right now. We've got my mix back here by me. Then we have my infamous 72 cell test. As I told you before, I wasn't very confident in it. I think it's kind of a pain in the butt. I also told you maybe I was too harsh to judge it, and I'm kind of thinking that's what happened. Let's jump down here and see how we're doing. First, let's take a look at what we started in the last video and see how one's doing compared to the other. Something really interesting, when I shot the video this morning, there was hardly anything coming up in the San Marzanos that I planted in the burpee seed starting mix. But just today, we actually had a bunch shoot up. So 7 days, I think we had 2 this morning, and it looks like 3 more may be popping up. So 7 days in the burpee seed starting mix to get the San Marzano tomatoes actually up and growing. On the other side, the common seed starting mix that we use, if you didn't watch my last video, go back and watch it and you'll see how we mixed this up. I'll link it at the end of the video. But San Marzanos in a common mix, we actually had a couple of them pop in 3 days. You can definitely see how much larger they are, but 4 out of the 5, there should be one right here, popped up and seem to be doing really well. Not a huge difference, just a longer germination. I can't say it's the soil. I am putting these in the same conditions as each other though. They're both in humidity domes. They were both started under the same light. So not scientific, but as close as I could get. Now this is the burpee seed starting mix. Not a lot going on in the red onion. We're starting, we didn't have them this morning, but now we got a bunch of little ones popping through on the bunching. We've got some down here on this side popping through on the Walla Walla. The burpee bunching, we've got some pokers coming through there. I suck at growing spinach, but we have a couple coming, actually there's a couple in the back now too, so we're doing better than usual for my spinach starting. And we've got a decent amount going in the butter crunch lettuce. That's for the burpee seed starting mix. Now in the common mix, in the onions, we kind of have the same thing going on. We got a couple little pieces poking up here and a couple down here on this bottom left quadrant. The burpee, so they're really close. It's hard to really say right now how the onions are doing. About the same, let me get down here. In the spinach, we got a couple more coming up. There's one more in the burpee mix. And we've got quite a few on the lettuce, which if you've grown lettuce before, you'll know it's pretty easy. So far, no real winner other than in the tomatoes. Here's the surprise of the week. So 7 days in, I planted these out last Wednesday during the seed starting video, or actually finished them right after. 72 cell seed tray, my nemesis, and I have to say it's doing really well. So maybe I was a little hasty. I'm only seeing I think four cells that don't have germination in here right now. So I am going to have to say I think I judged the 72 cell seed tray too harshly, except I will say it is a little bit more of a pain. You do have to mist it a lot more often. There's not as much soil to keep the moisture in there. And I do remember it being kind of a pain to get them out of here because the ones that I bought here, they're pretty stout. They're a much more stiff one, like the Jiffy ones just crumble. So we'll see. One trick that I remember hearing about is to make sure the tomato gets big enough to where the roots take over that entire seed cell. Now let's take a look at what I planted after I turn the video off. Mostly peppers. I will say that some of them differ from the burpee seed mix to the common mix. I wasn't going for a 1-to-1 with the peppers, although a couple of them I have planted in each one because I really want to see. So back here, starting back in this back left, we've got the Chernobyl jalapeno. We've got the candy cane chocolate cherry, that's a hot one. We've got the fish, hot one over here. The Emerald Bell and the Golden Cali Wonders, Jimmy Nardello. We've got orange purple. Let's see, orange, purple, yellow, and green bells. Over here we have tomatoes, the Ukrainian purple, the Mortgage Lifter, Bright Light Swiss Chard, and the one that I'm really excited about, the Matapino jalapeno. I hope I get green and white jalapenos. I love jalapenos. And then back here we have the Craig's Grande jalapeno, the Orange Spice jalapeno, Sugar Rush Peach, more of the emeralds, Prima Tali to burn your mouth off, the Gigantica jalapeno, the Purple Beauty Bell back here in the very back, Black Crim tomato, Cherokee Purple, Paul Robinson tomato, and again the Matapino. I only got 10 seeds from the Matapino. That's a much harder one to get your hands on. So I did 5 and 5, and I'm hoping for the best. Video today, I'm going to try to do the seed starting video update every Wednesday. And I really don't want these videos to be long. I just want you to be able to follow along with what's going on and grow with me. So get your garden gear out, get planted, and let's grow together. We'll see you next week. Same time, same channel.